I'm sure you've heard the old saying, never go grocery shopping on an empty stomach. And why is that? Well, you start buying things you don't need. You start buying things that aren't good for you. The mind triggers. You're hungry. You're salivating. You're seeing things that aren't good for your health, but you're putting them in your grocery basket anyways. Well, the same thing happens in our spiritual life. And that's what I want to talk about today with you on your morning cup of inspiration. Hello, and thank you for joining me today. In your spiritual life, when you don't feed daily, you leave yourself open. You lower your standards. Over in Genesis 25, if you read that, you'll see the story of Jacob and Esau. And that's what happened to Esau. He came back in out of the country. He was a country guy. He liked going out and hunting and that. Jacob was more of the homebody. I mean, he liked working around the yard. He liked taking care of the properties and that. Well, Esau came back one day and he was famished. He was hungry, and Jacob was making a red stew, as they called it in the Bible. And Esau said, "Feed me. I'm dying here. I need food." And Jacob said, "I'll feed you, but you have to sell me your birthright," which meant once the father died, then he would become head of the family. He would have all the power. And Esau did it. He did it out of hunger. So Jacob gave him some bread and a bowl of stew, and he got his birthright. His stomach was telling him he was dying, that he was hungry, he was famished, and he felt weak. And so he went for the food, and he gave up his birthright for that. That's what we do in our spiritual life. When we're not being fed daily, we leave ourselves open to temptation. We leave ourselves open to doing things we're not supposed to be doing, or getting involved in things we shouldn't be getting involved in. Look over in 2 Samuel 12, you'll see the story of David and Bathsheba. David was supposed to be out fighting with his warriors. He would be praying every day for God's protection and God to be with him. He'd be right there with him. Instead, he got sidetracked. He saw Bathsheba. All of a sudden, man, he started popping. He wanted Bathsheba. Next thing you know, he sends Bathsheba's husband out to the front lines, and he's killed. But he let his guard down. He was hungry for something that he didn't need. How many times have we said, I've gotten myself into a relationship I shouldn't have. You rushed into something like that. And you shouldn't have, because there was a need there and you weren't in the Word. God wasn't fulfilling that for you. Over in 2 Corinthians 6, 14 through 18, it talks about being unequally yoked. And we put ourselves in these positions where we're not keeping in the Word and we're not praying daily. So I just want to remind you and inspire you today to read your Bible daily, to get into the Word, to pray daily. First thing in the morning, pray. Ask God to be with you that day, to help you through that day. Keep your stomach full spiritually so that you won't be tempted and you won't lower your standards along the way. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration. God bless you all, and have a wonderful day.